US President Donald Trump has reportedly told European Union officials he wants to hit buyers of Russian oil, notably China, and with steep tariffs to shock off revenue for Moscow's war in Ukraine. According to US and European sources, Mr. Trump floated tariffs in the range of roughly 50 to 100% during a conference call. The suggestion was framed as conditional. The United States would expand measures if the EU agreed to mirror them. Beijing reacted swiftly. At a routine press briefing, Chinese Foreign Ministry spokesman Lin Jian said China firmly opposes being dragged into the dispute and rejects so-called economic pressure. Beijing described itself as not the cause of the crisis and pushed back against any move that singles out China. Why this matters? China and India are among the world's largest importers of Russian oil purchases that critics say help finance Moscow's military operations. Targeting those buyers would mark a dramatic step beyond existing sanctions and could redraw the map of global trade ties. If such tariffs were enacted, it would be a high-stakes gamble. Economists warn that secondary tariffs of this magnitude could trigger supply chain shocks, spike consumer prices, and provoke retaliatory measures risks that would ripple through markets from New York to Lagos. European officials are reported to have been part of the call, with EU sanctions. Envoy David O'Sullivan involved in the discussions as Washington seeks coordinated pressure on Moscow. But EU capitals have so far favored sanctions and diplomatic tools over widespread tariff warfare. Supporters of tougher measures argue that cutting off oil revenues is the most direct way to starve a war machine of funds. Opponents warn that pushing whole economies may backfire, driving closer ties between the targeted countries and Russia, and fragmenting already fragile global trade cooperation. For Nigeria and Africa, the stakes are real. A global tariff fight can drive energy and food price volatility, complicate trade finance, and weaken investor confidence, all of which affect jobs, inflation, and economic recovery here at home. Legally, imposing tariffs of the kind described would involve complex measures and likely face immediate diplomatic, legal, and market pushback. Any coordinated EU-US move would require political consensus that at the moment appears far from settled. So what happens next? Watch for official statements from Washington and Brussels, for further reaction from Beijing and New Delhi, and for markets to price in the risk. Frank Adams, Eagles FM News.